Ace Ill Production.
What's up, man?
What's going on,
my brother? All right, man. We're doing a day cast today, man.
Oh yeah, a little afternoon delight.
Yeah, man. We both have pressing issues on Thursday. I got baseball. What you got?
I got a show at a coffee shop in Lexington called Java Jukebox.
Cool, man. Cool. It sounds nervous.
Yeah,
you know, with all the caffeine. But
I hope everything on the jukebox would be like a high energy music.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, yeah, punk. But yeah, man. So today, our subject today is white supremacy, man, and how. Well, I don't even know how, but the subject is white supremacy, and the more I look at the subject, the more I maintain. The more I see that it's not real. White supremacy is not real. Actually, by proclaiming supremacy, it's like you're really showing that you feel that you may be inferior. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting up that pump in your chest, beating your chest. It's just beating your chest.
Yeah,
it's it doesn't. It shows me that
it's like the bully effect. You know what I mean?
It's the bully effect.
I got to pick on you because I feel the way about myself.
I know, and not saying that it's all a mentality because nobody's superior and nobody's inferior.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No race, no. I mean, in life, you can't even gauge. I mean, what we all living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, who's superior to what? And who's inferior to what? So, to me, I think it's white supremacy is like it's like Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Munchausen syndrome.
Yeah.
Where you make your kid believe they're sick.
Or you hurt them to make them sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In order for you to get sympathy or whatever or attention. But the kid is the one that's hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's the other person that's hurt. It's a disease that affects the patient a little, but it affects others a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when I break it down, I mean, how do we get there? How do we get there, or why are we there? The reason I think a lot of and you could say you could believe in white supremacy or whatever. Absent, trying to take other people down. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lion is a lion, and it doesn't give a fuck about what a gazelle thinks about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Either the gazelle can, walk past it because the lion's already eaten or whatever, or the gazelle can get eaten by the lion. But the lion's just gonna be the lion. He doesn't give a fuck about what the gazelle thinks about him. So, having said that, the gazelle isn't. I mean, the lion isn't setting traps for the gazelle. When he's not around.
Right.
He's not saying you can't eat this grass over here just because. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you over here. The lion don't give a fuck, man.
No.
He's just being a lion.
Yeah.
He's being supreme. He's being supreme in his station. He's not hampering other species, pursuit of life. So white supremacy foments animosity, even amongst white people.
Yeah,
especially among white people. It like I said, if you're gonna be supreme, be supreme.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be supreme, don't make laws. Don't enslave other people. Don't like you got to want people to want what you want. If you want to, if you really want to, if you really want to, if you supremacy means I am the top, right? I am the one.
Yeah.
I am the supreme. If you are hampering others in order to maintain your supremacy, then it's false. You know what I'm saying? And I think, like I said, I think it's rooted in the practice is rooted in fear. It's a deep-seated fear because, and white supremacists kind of know, they got to know that this ain't real. But I'm afraid that if I say that, then I lose my station.
Yeah.
Within the so-called hierarchy. And there can only be a hierarchy if the lowarchy, which I made that word up, if the lowarchy participates in it too. Because you can be a hierarchy all you want, but if you ain't got nobody to be higher over, what's the point? Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing? So
you're the king of the hill that nobody's climbing.
Yeah, there's nobody. Yeah, you're the king of. Yeah, you're king of the hill. And like, well, I'm not.
And everybody's like, fuck that hill though.
Yeah, like, and no, nobody's saying fuck that hill. Nobody just gives a fuck. I mean, I got a hill too.
Yeah,
I got a hill too, man. So, you good. Or if you want to, you can come hang on my hill.
Right.
You can hang on my hill too.
To me, it's just another. Well, I think it's kind of layered, but I feel like for us, the common folk, it's just another line of separation.
It is
just another facade to keep us bickering amongst each other. You know what I mean?
That, man.
And to me, it's just funny when you look at it, like supremacy, and then of course white supremacy.
Yeah.
So that obviously a lot of people would look at that as by birth you feel, or some people would even say that you do have a leg up in the world. Mm-hmm. You're more favored, things like this. But if you look at the reality of people, if white supremacy was real, you wouldn't see a white person wake up underneath a viaduct.
Mm-hmm.
Because how could you let such a supreme being get to the point of homelessness?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the same time, you wouldn't have CEOs of major corporations be so-called black folks, or Muslim, or Mexican, or Chinese, or gay, or Jewish, because that how does that work out? If you're so white supreme, but the people that you hate, you're mopping the floor at a building where the owner is from Nigeria. Yeah. So how are you so supreme, Moppy? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a kind of a wild scenario to think about. You know what I mean? Because the funny thing is, everything that we bicker about is to keep us, to me, from the truth of we're all the same.
Yes.
And the truth of there is a hierarchy in the world that does control and rule things. And I believe they believe that they are supreme to us. But the funny thing is, when it comes to those people, none of those people are your neighbors.
Nope.
None of those people work the job.
Nope.
None of their kids go to school with your kids.
Nope.
So if you're not one of those people, and the funny thing is, I can't name you one of those people. If we knew their names, they wouldn't be good at what the fuck they do. Yeah. But if you say Bob over there is a white supremacist, he might think he's a white supremacist, but if Bob lives in your same neighborhood, drives the same type of car you drive, doesn't know the secrets of the world, isn't pulling shit, doesn't have the phone number to the Federal Reserve, then it's just in his mind that he's supreme, because in actuality, he's just like everybody fucking else. You know what I mean? There's really no... That's the thing, and that's what kills me about the labels of white and black. Through history, through science, through world travels, through evolution, there's no people that are white or black These are just labels that people put on us. When you go to Ireland, you don't see white people. You see Irish people.
Irish people.
You know what I mean? Like the funniest, the wildest thing is in this country, the closest thing we could ever be is just Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Period. But they don't allow us to do that because they give us these terms: white America, black America. It's just America.
It's not designed. I don't know if it's by design, but America is always a place of turmoil, and I mean, history is just that. It's just, you look back on, like, most of the time that we've been a country, man, we've been engaged in some kind of military, fucking operation. You know? So
we're always at war.
So it's always, we're always at war. And with ourselves. I mean, we had the revolution, then we had the Civil War, and we still, then we had, the civil rights movement, then we had the gay rights movement. It's like we're always at war. Our military budget is most of our budget. You know what I'm saying? It's most of our most of the money that they bring in goes to the military.
Yeah. That's the wild thing people don't take into consideration here. Somehow we can free up billions of dollars for destruction and death, but we can't fix the water in Flint.
Yeah, no, I know, man, and that's rooted in a white supremacist ideology. Not just saying white people can have black people participate in white supremacy too.
Yeah,
and all races, quote unquote races, participate in white supremacy.
Yeah.
If all the races would be like, nah, man, no one's better than anybody.
Exactly what I was about to say. Believing that it is a thing is participating in it.
Exactly.
Like I hate
but not saying that there are no effects of it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. But believing it makes it happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It makes it happen. And we're not saying, hey, just stop believing in it. I mean, you got to come to where you are. You know what I'm saying? Whoever's thinking about this issue needs to go to where they are. I just try to go from a logical standpoint. I don't believe in the police. I don't believe in them. I don't use the police. I don't call the police. I don't go out of my way to throw rocks or provoke the police. I just don't fuck with them. I don't believe in them.
Right.
I don't put myself in situations where I have to deal with them. And I'm not saying that I'm some kind of saint or something. I don't do those things out of fear. It's just I try not to make mistakes that will bring negativity into my life.
Yeah.
And the main one being the fucking police. I can't stand them motherfuckers.
I try to make every interaction with the police as quick as possible.
So I don't even fuck with them. To me, I don't even see them.
Just here's my information.
That's it.
Let me go.
That's it.
Unless I got a warrant, then I guess I'm going with you.
Yeah. I guess we're going.
Yeah.
But it's like, just, I don't believe in it. So that's why I've come to with white supremacy too. I don't fucking believe in it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't want anything to do with it. I would just rather it not be in my life. And I still have to live in this society.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying about it being layered.
Yeah.
I believe that this is a concept that they have spoken to existence on our level.
Yeah.
But I do believe that there are powers that be, and there's a systematic way that this country's ran that makes this seem very real.
Yeah.
It makes it seem like reality. And I believe they even use us to make us believe it. You know what I mean?
Do you know, yeah, like white supremacy is especially if someone of means, of little means believes in it, it's gotta be a mental disorder.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Well, and the wildest thing is just everything in our history sets us up to believe all this shit. You know what I mean? Just like when you look at slavery in this country, a lot of people go their life believing that if you are a so-called white man in this country during slavery, you own slaves.
No,
It's not the case. You know what I mean? There's a lot. There was less white folks out here with slaves than not, you know. But the thing is too, they would also have you to believe that every so-called black person that was in this country before then came here from a slave ship, which is also not true. There were so-called black folks on this soil before the Pilgrims. But
like in the Americas,
but do you hear about that in school? Is that the popular narrative?
No.
Do we hear anything about that in February?
No,
we don't.
No,
that's my only issue. And like, I hate talking social political people just because the propaganda is so deep. As soon as I say something with my complexion, everybody's mind goes to conservative or racism or this. But the funny thing is, like, I really am looking at it through a deeper lens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I'm looking at shit, you know what I mean? Just like critical race theory. As soon as I might have some concerns about it, people are like, well, you would because you white. This is not my concern about it. I'd like the proper history to be taught. If you really look at a lot of the teachings of CRT, it is disenfranchised so-called black folks and supremacist acting white folks, and white folks being inherently evil from, like, not evil, but like always being a participant in this racial ideology of some sort. And to me, that's just not the case all the way around. You know what I mean? Like just to teach people that your whole history is being enslaved, being disenfranchised, that to me is not shining a light on all the amazing and immaculate things that people that look like these children have done and have been suppressed. What would it do for a kid's self-esteem to tell them, not only did people look like you show up in this country on a slave ship, shackled, before that ever happened, they came here as world travelers and set up shop on this soil and inhabited it because they had the technology and resources to. How do you say that a continent supplies Rome, the world leader, with goods by boat and think that it's impossible for them to make it here by boat? When this was the world hub for intelligence, technology, advancement, you're saying that everybody in Africa can do all this, but they can't float a boat somewhere else. But this is where everybody's going for knowledge. If anybody knew how to float that boat, it would be these people. You know what I mean? So
they were
so my thing is teach the real history, teach the whole history of things. You know what I mean? Like when we were in school, we hear all this stuff about slave owners and how horrible this is, and it is. But why do they barely speak, if at all, about abolitionists like John Brown and things like this? You know, why do we not hear the Nat Turner story?
John Brown, my God.
You know what I mean? Why do you not hear the Nat Turner story? What I'm saying is, you're just pigeonholing the information toward distraught.
I'm going to give you,
and I feel like there's a bigger.
I'm going to.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to give you my perspective on that.
But you know what I'm saying? I feel like give us all the info.
And okay, I think with CRT, that's what it's doing.
Yeah,
it's doing just that. It's ugly, but it's doing just that. It's not saying, it's just saying this is how it is and this is how it happened. It's not pretty. I mean, when you lament about them not having teaching, you know, like the Africans were here first in February, they still talk about Booker T. Washington and WD. They talk about good Phyllis Wheatley. We talk about Charles Morgan. I mean, they talk about good people. So we got that history. We already got that.
Yeah.
You know, we got Martin Luther King. We got, Malcolm X. Even though.
But I'm saying even with that, it's like I'll see people that have every propagated political talking point and hook, line, sinker, liberal ideology, but then put quotes and memes on their social media of Malcolm X. But do you know how Malcolm X felt about the liberals?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like give us the whole scoop.
And that's what. But if it's not saying white people should feel bad. It's not saying that at all. What it's saying is this is what some white people did. It's not saying all white people did.
Well,
that.
I might have had the description I heard of it wrong. You know, and I'm not saying that it necessarily said all white people, but from what I heard, and I might have been confused on it, but from what I heard
I've read some of the.
It was just like almost just to me. It's like painting everybody in boxes. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like that's. This is what it. And I might, like I said, I might have had it confused on that.
This is what it does. But
I will take the stand of I don't fuck with silly shit like that.
This is okay. This is what I'm saying is it's a truth that white people don't want to hear. But the thing about it is when you say that, you say that the zeitgeist or whatever, you say put it into the zeitgeist that you don't give a fuck about what these people experienced. It's like saying, it's just saying this is how, it's like taking an autopsy or doing like a exploratory surgery. Like you open the person up and you find out, oh man, this is not how it is, man. It's like everything isn't good. Something is bad.
No.
So, but the whole time you've been living with this, something is good, something is bad, but I've been living with this, something is bad and something is good. So I've already known that, but you didn't know that. You didn't know. Oh man, something that I was thinking. It's not how it wasn't. It's not all fucking skippity dotty da, up the hill. Like shit fucking happened. You know? And this is how it happened, and this is how it's affecting shit. It's not saying feel bad. It's just saying check this out, deal with it, and then we can talk. It's not even a volley of. So it's just sitting there, and you can come check it out.
Right.
That's what it is. It's not saying you gotta feel bad about yourself. No, you're gonna feel what you feel, and if it makes you feel, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's
uncomfortable hearing about it, but it's uncomfortable living it too. The actual experience too. It's like I'm watching this documentary about these chimpanzees and how they fight and shit, and in their societies, and it would be like it's I can't feel what the chimps feel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can only see what they do. So if I don't know why they do it, it's none of my fucking business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I see them doing that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if we can let each other be each other, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then shit can, because the only reason that there's white and black and yellow and orange, I mean not yellow, I shouldn't say that anymore, brown, is because white people said it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so if you want to be honest, and then not only that, but everybody else believed it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say it, but I don't believe it. I don't know that. I don't know that I'm black or you're white, or I know you got a different, in a sense it's a trait, you got a different skin tone than I do.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that you're not, you're no less a human, you know, no less somebody. Because look, black people and white people and Asian people and brown people, they can have babies.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We're all one species.
Exactly.
Know what I mean? And to me, like, I think I think it's pretty solid knowledge now that we could, as far back as we know, the original man came from Africa.
Yeah, came from Africa.
So at the end of the day, we all derive from one place.
Yes.
So if you go back to our deepest ancestor, we're all African.
Yeah. If you want to do
that's
that,
where the original man came from,
and I'm good with that.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm cool.
Yeah.
It's not.
So my thing is that right there should start breaking down walls of separatism. Because if you understand that the original man came from Africa, so all of us derived from Africa, we are all Africans by descent, way, way far back in our lineage, then how can you really feel so separate from everybody if you have the knowledge of, at the very beginning, as far back as we can go, we all came from one fucking place.
Yeah.
You can be like, well, fuck that, I ain't from Africa, I'm from Russia. I get it. But at the same time, if you go all the way back, somebody in your fucking bloodline came from Africa.
Yeah, everybody.
You know what I mean? So
everyone in your bloodline came from Africa.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, how different are we really?
Yeah.
You know?
But then a lot of people look like, okay, that doesn't matter. I was born. It doesn't matter. I'm still white supremacy is maintained or perpetuated by great weapons.
Yeah,
that's it. Great weapons. You gotta have the best weapons.
Yeah,
and it just so happens the European people figured out to make great fucking weapons.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
It's one thing to be the baddest axe wielding motherfucker.
It's one thing to be like, oh, I'm the shit, man. I'm the shit. You know, and y'all got to know I'm the shit. I'm the shit. But if you can't back it up.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing to be the baddest axe wielding motherfucker until the guy with the musket shows up.
Yeah.
And then it's like, who gives a fuck how good you are with an axe?
Yeah. Yeah. So great weapons are what maintain white supremacy. Because like I said, if you were supreme, you just be supreme, baby.
Yeah,
you wouldn't need weapons.
Well, that's the thing. I think all the lies in history, the lines of separation, the financial stronghold, all these are ways to keep the facade of supremacy.
Yeah,
because without they wouldn't have to go the lengths they do all this shit if they were truly the supreme beings. You know what I mean?
But people have a status in their mind now. It's like, oh my God, so. And Cleveland said this, man. Cleveland said this to me, and a friend of ours, Cleveland Jackson. He said, to the privileged, equality feels like oppression. So if you have a certain station, how am I gonna get? Why should I give that up? So therefore, not only is white supremacy maintained with guns, superior weapons, but it's also maintained in fear of losing, of greed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's fear. It's just fear.
Well, you see them flexing that now more than ever. That's the quote unquote cancel culture.
Yeah, that's not even real, man.
But you know what I'm saying? That's how they dangle that carrot.
I don't fucking.
Because look who they do it to. They only do it to the people that are scared of losing all this money and this fame and fortune. But you see what I'm saying though? Yeah. Like they're like, oh, don't say that, or if you said that, or if you do this, you know, that's means of control. Really, the funny thing is, you would think in America, financial freedom is the closest thing to being free, because the more money you got, the more time it allots you, and the more things you can just do. It ain't about having the money; it's just about opening up the time and the resources that the money can get you. But the funny thing is, some of the most filthy rich influential people are the most controlled because they're scared of losing it all, and they have people over top of them that just dangle it over their head.
Elon Musk
say this in this commercial.
Elon Musk doesn't give a fuck, man.
No, and I'm not saying all of them, but you know what I'm saying.
You did say something.
Like you'll see a celebrity go on a apology fucking campaign after they say something and they get a bunch of bad reviews from it. They ain't worried about what you fucking think about what they said. They fucking said it. So they fucking thought it. That was their probably truth into words
at the time. At that time.
But as soon as it gets kickback, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean, let me tell this community they don't give a fuck about that community. They give a fuck because they about to sign a deal for a fucking Netflix movie and they want in. They need that check, baby. Yeah. They don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, no. I don't. I try to live my life not making mistakes, and when I do, I apologize and I just keep moving, man. I mean, it's up to you to accept my apology. You know, I can't expect you to accept my apology, but I will give you my apology. You don't have to accept it. You know what I'm saying? But just know change behavior is the best apology.
No.
So it's like white supremacy has no. It's not, I don't fuck with it, man. No one is better than me, man. No one is better than me. And that's not even an ego thing. It's just actual. It's a fact. No one is better than me. And I am better than no one.
No.
So those two things can be they're not mutually exclusive, you know. I'm not better than you, and you're not better than me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. So I might have said fucked my whatever word up. But yeah, man, it's like just be honest. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Just be honest. I mean, look, why do you if you hate me so bad, white supremacist, and this is all straight, this is even, I'm talking about the poor ones too, and the poor ones, man, if they would just see like fuck.
Being poor and thinking you're a white supremacist is honestly one of the funniest fucking things you can think about.
Yeah, I know.
I'm better than you.
I know.
Now let's go move this house trailer.
I know. I mean, house trailers are nice dwellings for some people, man. It's nothing wrong with a trailer. But yeah, I mean, it's a place to live, man.
I'm supreme.
Yeah, man.
Now, how much you say on pump 5?
Damn, man. But it's it doesn't make sense, man. It's like if people would just look at it for what it is, you would see it doesn't work for you or anyone.
No,
it works for no one. Even the people up top, they only do it because out of fear too. They're fearing, like you said, you're gonna lose your shit, and it's greed and fear. It's greed and fear combined. Is
it scares them, man.
They're scared.
It scares them because they know that's what they really they want in, and they feel like that they're so different that they can't be in on just life and people.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And it fucks them up too, shit. You know, like all women, we always say tall, dark, and handsome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it fucks them up. Can you imagine hearing tall, dark, and handsome, and you're short, pale, and flaccid?
But but then again,
that would make you wear a swastika, wouldn't it?
But then I don't know whatever mind space I'm in at the time.
My bad.
No. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, man. And then they hate. It's like they hate black people the most. I don't know why. I don't know what we did to them. But the supremacists, they hate black people the most. So why are they mad at us, the ones that didn't want to come over here, instead of mad at the people that brought us over here?
Yeah.
You know, why can't they be mad at the slaveholders?
I swear to God,
you know?
I said that before, dude.
It makes no sense, man. It's like, I'm only here because of that dude, man. So don't get mad at me for being here. In fact, you should be like, man, what can we do to work this out? Well, fuck that guy. Fuck the guy that brought you over.
Right.
Fuck that guy. How can we? What? Since you're here, let's try to do some good shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because neither one of us have anything. We don't need this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But everybody thinks that motherfucker at the top controls shit, but he doesn't. He don't control me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. He then when you put systems in to control you can control my behavior, I guess, but you can't control my fucking mind. And my mind is saying this is some bullshit, and I want to do some good shit.
Well, the thing is, I think the powers that be can control the herd, but they can't control the individual.
I know, but the individual, and this is how the herd keeps separate. They teach the individual that it's about him. You know what I'm saying? They teach the individual it's about what you do with your life. You go out and make the money, like you were saying. You go out and make the money so that you can go on vacation and have a good time, and it's about you, man. It's about what you making, man. You. And so we're programmed into that greed, thing. So it's like, man, you might be able to. You can't control my motherfucking mind, man. You can't control me.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing. I don't think they control the individual. And I've had conversations with people that eat propaganda like a bowl of fucking popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
But when I talk to them one-on-one, they're sensible. They actually understand a lot more than you would think. Yeah. But when it comes to the group, they just are one of many sheep. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like honestly, the best example was the pandemic. As soon as the TV come on and told people to start doing stuff, they just started doing it.
I think it was
slower than that. Anybody that kicked back on it seemed to be labeled crazy. But the funniest thing is, all this time later, now look, I don't think we cured COVID.
No,
but somehow we're all just walking around now doing things like normal. Sports and everything's open. Everything's open back like the shit never fucking happened, but it did. And it don't seem to have went nowhere.
Yeah, but this is my thing.
The shit with the fucking the stabby jabby.
We can't prove or disprove an unknown, right? So we don't know what we avoided. No. Like right now, it's like we might be like, see, nothing happened, but if like one little thing could have been fucking chaos. We don't know. It was all through fear, like you said. Right. Like you said, it's all through fear. But it's not. It wasn't a totally unrational fear. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Or irrational. It wasn't a totally irrational fear. And I'm not saying that it was a legitimate fear either.
Right.
Like a real legitimate. But I don't know. And I do tend sometimes, even if it inconveniences me, to like I'll choose the safer route sometimes, not all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I know, if I don't know, I'm gonna step lightly. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna step lightly. I'm gonna step confidently, but lightly until I find out there's something there. You know what I'm saying? So, if I suspect there's something there, then I may, go this way.
Right.
I'm not going to just totally find out. So we don't know. We don't know what could have happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what.
Well, what I mean more is like from the individual to the group. Like example, I'm in a truck full of people right when they open restaurants back up, and we're all going, and everybody's talking about, man, you see this on the news, and this got debunked, and this is bullshit. Everybody just free thinking. As soon as we get out of the truck, as soon as the door open to the restaurant, mask up to the seat, the mask back off. Didn't it just like breathing air? Didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, in that truck,
nobody was wearing masks.
Everybody knew that this was fucking. Everybody had their own way of knowing that this kind of bullshit.
That's what I'm saying.
This kind of dumb.
They trained our behaviors.
But
man.
The same people that are like, this is bullshit. I don't believe in X, Y, and Z. As soon as they hit the door of a restaurant, they put a mask on just to get to a seat where they're going to take the mask back off and talk in a dining room full of people and eat.
Mm-hmm.
No, the funny thing is just like I said, the herd mentality is we're in public, mask on. In the truck is it's bullshit. Like I said, you don't control the individual, but the herd mentality. We're all here. We got to wear the mask. But as soon as you get off, fuck this goddamn mask. Can't breathe. It ain't doing god shit. Damn shit. No, da 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 da. But for the group, we all wear the mask. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we go from a pandemic, we got to stand 6 foot apart. 6 foot apart. Mask, plastic shields.
yeah. I remember that shit.
And then that same summer that we had to do that shit, hundreds, thousands of people crammed together in streets protesting. Cool. But you just had to stand 6 foot apart from me in Myers.
Okay.
But now you're screaming right here by my face.
Yeah. But
the herd decided we can go scream because the TV said we can go scream. So we can go scream. But that's here. But when your kid goes to school, they got to wear a mask all day.
Yeah. It's controlled behavior, man. But look,
that's what I'm saying. But look, they control the herd.
But look, that fucking protest was about something that was real.
No, I'm not shitting on the protest. But what I'm saying is, how can you do one?
I'm saying about the pandemic is like we knew what that was. I know, and at because it wasn't really. I can say it was a double standard in as much as I'll say that it's like, man, we know.
No,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's fucked up, man. Yeah, I mean, what you gonna do? I mean, people protesting and not wearing masks and shit. It's not like they can go just arrest people for not wearing masks and shit. It was a fucking revolt. And at the same time, the people that wasn't about the vaccine, they could have done the same shit with the same fucking. It's like the people that were mad about, rightly mad about George Floyd, showed it. Fuck it. Yeah. The people that didn't like the mask mandate, they just talked about it. Yeah. Go in and take your mask off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like protest. So, people, they fell in line.
Right.
You know, your group fell in line. But the herd, the individual should be about the herd instead of the individual. Think the herd should be about the individual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that George Floyd's protest, hell yeah, I was out there too. Fuck them. And
that's one thing. I don't think anybody's wrong for protesting.
No.
I just think it's funny how the mandates are 6 foot apart, separate, don't leave your houses. But then when we all hit the streets, it's not, none of the rhetoric on the TV was, this is unsafe because it's a pandemic and all y'all are going to die.
Yeah.
None of that was even murmured, but you locked us fucking down because of this thing that I don't think has fucking went anywhere. You know, that's what I'm saying. The hypocrisy of the tellers. I'm not mad at people that went down to protest. Yeah. I'm saying the motherfuckers on TV that said, you can't do shit. These kids can't go to school, wear a mask. And then it was like, and don't go see your elderly fucking grandmother who's dying in the hospital, who can't see her family.
Yeah.
But thousands of people can hit the streets. But
what you gonna do with those? Are you gonna arrest them all?
But my thing is, what are you gonna do with the whole country? How did you even think you could lock us down?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have been able to if it wasn't for the herd mentality eating the propaganda. Because the individual, almost every level, even the motherfuckers that were telling you to put your mask on, was going home like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
But when you go to work, put your mask over your nose, sir.
I mean, fuck you, bitch. This is the thing. This is the thing. I don't know that this is bullshit. So it's not like saying I'm saying this is bullshit and I know why this is bullshit. It's like this might be some bullshit.
But my thing is,
this might be because we, like I said, we don't know what could have happened. And I'm not saying that the virus was like, oh my god, we don't know what could have happened, man. Right. This motherfucker virus could have mutated 8-9 times, getting worse and worse and worse and more virulent. You know, the newer the population it conquered. Mm-hmm. So I think, we might have saved, a few lives. it was just a mask anyway. I wasn't like, oh my God.
And this is my whole point
Yeah.
of the hypocrisy. We didn't know. It could have been fucking awful.
Yeah,
everybody could have been fucked around. And maybe we saved some lives with the lockdown, correct?
I think so. I think we did.
So in that thought process, thousands of people crammed in the street could have been catastrophic. Could have murdered everybody. If it was as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but I think.
But at that time, there was no vaccine. Nobody knew.
Nope.
So that's why wouldn't the TV like, we understand you're pissed, but if you keep filling the streets up, you're going to kill everybody. That wasn't even a fucking news coverage.
How about this? If you fix the police, we wouldn't be out here protesting.
Yeah. Fix the police.
Fix the fucking problem.
Well,
we won't be out here protesting.
That ain't never gonna happen.
So it's like with that's you comparing apples to oranges in as far as the outrage. I'm not as far as the outrage level, but the fucking severity of the apathy that all these things were getting, and it finally just exploded. I mean, because people got this. The pandemic was the reason that the protest got so big.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like that was an awful tape to see, man. And you know what else was an awful tape to see? Tamir Rice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. I'm
not arguing on behalf of people who shouldn't have protested.
Yeah, you saying the government's mandate,
the hypocrisy
of media.
Here's my thing: it was watching the George Floyd film was so horrendous that we took to the streets.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that at all.
No,
but was George Floyd
his life
being murdered?
His individual life, was
it more catastrophic than a global pandemic that shut down whole countries? And my thought is this: if that pandemic was that fucking bad, there's no way they could have left the streets, because everybody would have been infected and dying. So my thing is, and pandemic shit was a little overblown, baby. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
I'm not arguing people being outraged by a police officer murdering somebody on film. That's pretty fucked up.
that is a fact. The pandemic, it was a little overblown.
Just a touch, maybe.
I'm not saying. It was a little overblown, but it was cool, man. We got through it and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck we got through.
But like I said, that's where I go to the group thing.
Yeah.
Because they'll have you thinking I can't even stand close to you at Kroger's, and if you sneeze, you might fucking kill me. We can all pile up in the street during the same time. I'm not mad at people piling up in the street. I'm mad at the people who said that my kid had to do school online and wear a mask all day. But also, I can take her in front of thousands of people and hold up a sign in the same time frame, is what I'm saying. Like, what are we talking about?
That goes to show you how fucked up George Floyd was.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
It's like the thing that we were all in a lockdown, and we were all, it gave us time to sit still for a minute.
Yeah,
I like the fact that it gave us time to sit still, just sit still for a minute. And I'm not saying that I would have preferred it, but I think a good thing that came out of it was I got to sit still for a minute and do some self-focusing and shit. And man, that's when it just came to me, man. White supremacy does not exist. I had to say that because it's just true. It doesn't. It's not a thing. It's not a thing, man. And I just became logical and been like, fuck that. I'm gonna be who I am. I drive a truck, right? And so I might have told you the story. I was taking a right turn into the Lowe's Park, into a parking lot
Yeah.
in a big truck, a little box truck. So I had to take a wide turn, and this car was coming up, and he slowed down, and I made him finish my turn. I went on to the back, and I was sitting there talking to my guy and parked. And then this dude came back around, and he said, "Hey man, you almost hit me back there." And I said, but I didn't.
No.
And he said, "But you almost did." And I said, "But I didn't,"
No.
And he said, "Do you always drive like that?" I said, "Not hitting people?"
Yeah. I try every day.
Yeah. and it just perplexed him. It perplexed him. He was like, man. Then he just drove off, man.
I hate people like that.
And that what that showed me was he was so against being uncomfortable that he had to confront it, put in uncomfortable. And I didn't even almost hit him, man.
No.
He's I mean, I know how to drive a truck. I can drive a motherfucking truck. And yeah, maybe I mean, if I really wanted to, I could have hit him. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to.
Right.
But he was so in his thought that somebody, and it didn't even have to be a black guy. It was just anybody. You made me uncomfortable, or you made me feel that I was uncomfortable. So I had to come back and tell you that you did.
Yeah.
And
that's somebody ain't got no shit going on.
When he should have just went about his day.
Yeah, I can't stand people like that. Like, why do so many people think that everybody's supposed to give a fuck?
Yeah, I know.
About what you think, what you say,
do.
how you feel.
I mean, even us, we're just having a conversation. We don't give a fuck if you listen to us or not.
No.
We don't give a fuck if you agree with us or not. We're just having a conversation. You know? So I think we live in the right space. But yeah, those people, man, why does everything got to be about you? And that's fear too. Believe it or not, that's fear, man. Yeah. That's fear of not being relevant.
Right.
That's the fear of not being relevant.
Well, just like anything where like you put yourself into somebody else's like realm because you just like feel like you have to interject you into whatever, Mm-hmm. Like we heard a story, some people arguing out front of a spot, and some dude didn't like the argument that didn't have nothing to do with them, pushed one of the guys and got in the middle of it. Walk away. It had nothing to do with you, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing. Like, why do people interject them? Why do you think I give a fuck how you feel about shit? Like, I really try to be nice, I always try to extend. Like, I try to come off nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
But if most of the people knew in the back of my head what's going through my head when they're talking to me, they would never even talk to me.
We all have that though. We all have
exactly. That. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, I just have no fucks to give about 99% of the shit that people will tell me.
Especially if it does not pertain to me.
Yeah. And it might be selfish, but at the same time, it's like, I just don't give a shit.
That's not selfish. That's self, survival, whatever you want to call it, self-preservation.
Yeah.
You in order to do good, you have to preserve yourself. You know what I'm saying? I can't help you if I'm not in a position. If I haven't already put myself in position to help myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like when you're on the airplane, they say put your thing on first and then put your kids thing on.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you put your kids on first and something happens to you,
the kids are stuck.
The kids stuck.
Yeah.
You're like, well, what the fuck's on with the kid? So let's say put yours on first. I mean, that was my logic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was like, why would they say put yours on first? I mean, don't you love your kids? Oh, okay, I see. Now it's like somebody's got to take care of this motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
I ain't got time I mean, the plane is fucking in the water and shit, man. I got shit to do. Somebody get this kid. You know what I'm saying? So put your shit on so you can take care of your kid. So I can't help people unless if I don't first help myself. So it's not really about my ego in as much as it is a survival tactic.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
It's just wild people interjecting stuff.
I know, man. I don't get it.
I tell you one, it's kind of goofy, but I don't know. I laughed at it a lot after the fact. We're outside of a bar one night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Drunk, cutting up like we do, talking to one of my buddies. And this chick come out, and she had a scar like from here to here. Real beautiful girl, though.
Yeah.
But a scar right there. Fucking around, being an ass. I'm looking at my buddy. I was like, why so serious? Because I thought she looked like the Joker kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just said it. Didn't even think about it. It just went on.
Yeah.
Wasn't rude to her. Nothing.
Yeah.
You know, we just fucking hi, and we just started talking about some shit.
Yeah.
Well, some dude leaned up and was like, hey. I was like, yeah, what's up, man? He was like, I wouldn't talk about people that I don't know if I was you. And I was like, what are you talking about? I already forgot what the fuck I said. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you talking about her? It's my friend. She's a nice girl. I was like, I'm not going somewhere with that bullshit. I'm just cutting up with my buddy, man. Nobody mean no harm. He's like, I'm just saying, shouldn't talk like that if something might happen. I was like, so what's going to happen? I said, wait. You going to do something? You going to do something?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. I was like, I looked at him. I was like, what we gonna do, baby? I was like, because you telling me that something's gonna happen. You the only one saying this, so you got to be the one gonna do it. Do something then. You know what I mean? Now I'm mad. And I looked at my homie and said, matter of fact, I said, go get the car. He said, what? I said, go get the car because I'm gonna put that motherfucker in the trunk.
Damn.
Like that. He got up, ran, got the bouncer and shit. I told the bouncer, motherfucker full of shit, da. But my thing is, like, I get it, that's your friend. But what I said, I meant no harm. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah.
Two, I didn't like say it to her to make her like feel away.
Yeah.
And three, like, what makes you think you're gonna do something to me? And what makes you think I give a shit that you think you're gonna do something to me? You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. People's audacity.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That might be a bad example because I was being a dick. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the audacity of some people just to say shit that you don't know nothing. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I will escalate, but I escalate. I escalate snarkily. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You're a bit more confront. You know, like I'll escalate snarkily. I'll still be an asshole.
I'll tell you my biggest problem I have, and I've learned that promoting shows, I really got to work on this. I don't like people saying shit silly to me, out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it. Not at all. And my thing is this. I know how I approach people.
Yeah.
I'm always nice, dude. I'm always respectable.
Yeah.
You know, so my thing is, when you say something out of the way to me or like something smart assy or something, I'm immediately like, I know I didn't do nothing to warrant that.
Yeah.
So now I just know you're being a dick.
Okay.
And as soon as I pick up on it, I ain't got no time for it. I'm like, what's your reasoning? You had a bad day? You had a bad day, motherfucker.
Yeah.
My day was splendid until you come in here with your dumb shit. And I don't like it. I don't like people putting their dumb shit on me or just being an asshole just to be an ass. Now, if I did something or I'm working, I'm getting on your nerves, I fuck some shit up, I eat it.
Yeah, tell me.
If you mad or you bitch, I've had plenty of bosses run me up and down the wall, but I know I fuck some shit up, cost them some money. I get it. All right, my bad. The wife, shit. I don't even say nothing. You know what I mean? But like if I don't know you or it's just randomly out of the blue and you get shitty with me, immediately my whole body goes to like, I want to watch you get hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Now.
All right.
You know what I mean? I don't like it. But my thing is I've learned dealing with people in these venues is a lot of them are dicks.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm going to have to learn how to just bite the tongue.
No, it's not even biting the tongue. It's not even biting the tongue, man. It's like, you're a dick, but you're a dick.
Yeah.
So I ain't even tripping because you're a dick. In fact, you being a dick, you want me to trip. Yeah. That's why you're a dick, because you want shit to affect me. This shit don't affect me, dick.
Yeah.
You know, this shit don't affect me. We can do business. We can do business, but I know you're a dick, and you know that I know you're a dick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So dick on, buddy.
Call it asshole supremacy.
Yeah. And that, I mean, that's that. Yeah, that is a subset. Like in the white supremacy, it's like I can be an asshole, and I still have some, something backing me up. Just like that dude in the car, like just because I made him a little uncomfortable, he felt he had the right to come tell me that I made him uncomfortable. He's got the right to do that, but why should you fucking do it? Just move on. Like if I'm trying to make a right turn and I see somebody, not like it's a stop sign or whatever, and I'm turning right and they're trying to cross the street, and they don't have the right of way. You know what I'm saying? I don't let them get across the street and then pull over and say, hey man, you almost made me hit you, man. You were wrong for crossing the street right there. I could have hit you, man. And then that person would say, yeah, but you didn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could have hit you, yeah, but you didn't. And besides, I put myself in peril. So thank you for not hitting me. It's like just because you felt uncomfortable about a situation, you ain't gotta go tell somebody about it.
No. And plus the thing is, like, you avoided an accident.
You helped avoid an accident.
It's like you avoided one fire to possibly jump in another.
Yeah.
What if you didn't hit him? He come over to tell you his disdain, and then you whooped his ass.
Beat the fuck out of him.
And they're like, oh, look, you went from not getting in the car wreck to getting your ass whooped. Like, how'd that work out? Dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
Or you could have just went on with your goddamn day.
Like, damn, that guy almost hit me, and then moved on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
I do that all the time. Like that's what kills me, people with road rage.
Yeah.
Like I see people all the time fucking up, and I'll just swerve around them, and I just go, I don't give them no shitty look, because the funny is, like, I know for a fact I've done that to somebody.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? I done pulled out,
I do too.
fucked around, didn't put on my turning signal, whatever, So I'm like, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, man, I get it. You fucked up. What? No harm, no foul. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm guilty of road rage, man. Not just uncontrolled road rage. I mean, I feel a type of way when I'm in the car, and that which is wrong, which you would never think. You like, Tim, that motherfucker. Man, I got the road rage, man. I'm not proud of it, but I have it.
The only time I get road rage is when somebody's going insanely slow and I gotta be somewhere. Yeah, I'm like, dude.
I know.
You telling me you don't have to be anywhere right now? Jesus.
I'm petty about the road rage. But the thing about it is I keep it in the car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't go like, fuck you. I just like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you, man?
I went to say, when I first moved to Louisville, I was turning on Baxter Avenue, and this fucking I had the green, but this taxi driver was trying to catch the red, but I was already going through, so he had to slam on his brakes. And he was all shitty out his window and shit, and I was smoking a cigarette, and I flicked my cigarette in his window, and I seen it hit the fucking steering wheel and go up, and he's doing all this shit, and I was just laughing. I'm like, you mad at me because you tried to run a red light. Yeah. Talking all this shit, now look at you.
Yeah.
Fucking with that hot cherry off that cigarette. You fucking asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd have been pissed, man.
Yeah, I don't do shit like that to people no more.
Yeah,
when I was young, I was like, man, as soon as you came at me with some nigga shit, I was like, well, let's see if I can top your dumb shit.
Yeah. See, but white supremacy is crazy, man. It's like they don't want to take an L. They don't want an L looks like.
No.
I'm gonna tell you, I think that's the reason. And it's like, I know it's gonna be a bad example, but actually, America is looked at as it's been propagating itself as a white country.
No.
Like I don't want to say purposely. Well, I mean, I'm gonna say nefariously. Mm-hmm. It's been considered, promoting itself as a white country. So in the Olympics, America can never lose. America can never lose, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the Olympics, they used to play all college players. And America has never not medaled in basketball in the Olympics, and they've only gotten they've always medaled. They've never not medaled. So the first time they lost to the Russians in '72, right? And so they say the Russians cheated, and they kind of cheated. They kind of cheated. I guess I don't know. It wasn't as bad as America lost, so they had the silver medal.
Yeah.
And to this day, all the surviving members have not accepted their silver medals, and they've instructed their states to never accept the silver medal. But they medal.
Yeah.
You know, you lost the gold, but you won the silver. You know, second ain't bad, man. Come on.
Right.
I mean, come on, man. Yeah, of course it's not the chip, but it ain't bad, man. You made it. You made it to the spot, and you got something to show for, you know. So, that was the first year, and then they kept using college players. Then they lost. They got the silver in, I think it was '88, and that was it, man. That's it, man. We got to bring our guns.
Yeah.
We got to bring our fucking guns, and you know, they always have to win. They cannot lose. They cannot. You learn more losing than you do in winning.
Mm-hmm.
All you know, learning winning is you don't learn anything in winning. You just win, and you know, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, I know the point is to win, but to what end? You know, what satisfaction? If you keep winning, it's like it's boring. You know, so you have to to me, some people just need to keep winning. They feel the need to always win, always be on top, and not winning is scary for them because they don't know what to do at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? So in order to humble yourself and like really participate in life, in life and culture, you can't be scared.
No.
You can't be scared of losing. So America always has to win. They brought in the dream team and they were blowing people out. 1992, man, they had no fucking. The world had nothing. I mean, they were killing folks, man.
No.
And then they had the other. It's like, why would you take this opportunity away from these college kids and give it to the pros if you didn't want to do that from the beginning?
Well, that's the thing. It's always the world's ran by people who love to tilt tables.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's how you know that the supremacy is a facade.
Because you got to tilt the table.
Because you got to tilt the table to stay supreme.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how you know it's not fucking real, man.
Yeah. That's why they call history his story.
Mm-hmm. Because
if you knew the truth about it, half the people that you would hold up as some supreme regard, you'd be like, that motherfucker really wasn't shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And then there are people that they don't talk about, like, to me, Thomas Paine, John Brown. You know, you mentioned John Brown earlier. That they don't talk about him a lot. Man, John Brown was the coolest motherfucker, man. They don't talk about was it Garfield? Was it Garfield the guy? No, it wasn't. It was one of the presidents. Is either Garfield or Hayes. Who got killed in office? Was it like after in the 80s or something like that? Was that Garfield? I think it was Garfield.
I don't know.
Anyway, man, they don't talk about how he progressive he was. They don't talk about. I mean, true progressive people, not Abraham Lincoln. To me, was he was a pragmatist that kept the United States together. You know,
no.
he even though the South hated Lincoln, and Lincoln hated slavery, but he didn't like black people either. You know, so you know we talk about Lincoln and all this stuff. Martin Luther King, and it's not even anything that's amoral, but King, he was tagging the ladies, on the side or whatever. But that's not even has anything to do with hurting anybody's feelings. I mean, maybe his wife and stuff, but that really doesn't really matter. But I think it should matter that people should know that Lincoln, even though he hated slavery, he didn't like black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, what it is like if you keep it honest,
honestly, the freeing the slaves had more to do with kicking off the Industrial Revolution and cheap labor up north than it did anything else.
Tell me about it, man.
You know what I mean?
Tell me about it, man. Because he said that if he could keep the Union together and not free one slave, he would.
Yeah,
that's what he said. So his thing was about preserving the Union.
You can't trust a motherfucker that nobody knows exactly what state they're from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
3 or 4 states claim that motherfucker.
Everybody claims it. Yeah, everybody claims it. But
he's the first CIA agent. That's what I'm saying.
You think so?
I think so. He was before the Contra and shit.
But he had his own money. But yeah, it's just a mentality. And I want to live. I really want to live in a headspace. And I do live in a headspace where white supremacy isn't real, but I want to live in an environment where people understand that it's not real.
Yeah.
And just get over it and let's just move on. Because, man, we could do so much shit. We could accomplish so much shit, man, if society didn't believe in that shit.
Yeah. And honestly, dude, I could have gotten so much shit accomplished if white supremacy was real.
Oh my God. I know. We would be.
You know what my house should look like?
Man, we would be in every home in America, man.
I'd be driving a Benz.
Real, man. Yeah.
I'd have a big boat. I wouldn't be mad if it was real, but shit ain't real, motherfucker.
Shit, I'm mad at it's real. Fuck that shit, man. Yeah. That's
every time I eat a bowl of ramen, I'm like, white supremacy shit just ain't all it's cracked up to be.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is materially poor whites would love for it to be real, right? But it can't be real. It's not real. You know what I'm saying? It's like if that's the mentality, then that's what keeps it going. Like I don't want that shit. I don't even want black supremacy to be real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm black as I don't know what, man, but that's where I live. I live in that culture, and it's no better than anybody else's culture.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So I don't even and I'm good with that. I don't want to have to defend it. Like, God damn, we got to keep this shit going, man. Damn, we got to keep this fucking supremacy going, man. Shit, I ain't got time to be oppressing motherfuckers, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To maintain what I got. What I got is what I got. I want it to be. I don't want it to be in a vacuum. I want it to be in the world. What I have is what I have. And I like what I have. I mean, it'd be nice to have more, but I'm good with what I got. I'm really good at what I got.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm peaceful. I'm at peace. And I don't live in a white supremacist world. White supremacy is not in my mind. I am not chasing whatever clout white supremacy gives. I don't there's no clout in that. Like I said, there's black people that participate in it too. The respectably trying to be looked at and respected. It's not up to me. It's up to you to extend respect.
Mm-hmm.
It's not up to me to try to gain it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's up to you to and I'm very respectful.
Yeah.
I'm liberal with my respect. And but it's hard to convey to people that you got to respect yourself before you respect expect someone else to respect you. So when black people participate in like trying to be on Wall Street, trying to be a CEO and shit. They are still participating in the white supremacist ideology because that's predominantly white people are doing all the money shit. So once if you when Greenwood, I don't know if you know about Greenwood. Greenwood happened, right? It was the riot that killed a lot of people. It's like those black people weren't playing the white people's game, and they were prospering.
You talking about Tulsa?
Tulsa, yeah, Greenwood, Tulsa. And they were prospering, and they wasn't fucking with nobody, man.
Right.
But the people around didn't like the fact that they were prospering. But I'm like, that's none of your business.
Right.
But they felt that whatever they had really belonged to them. They looked at it as a zero-sum game, not seeing how they were excluded. There was a lot of rich white people in Tulsa too, man. And I mean, they weren't, but these black people are kicking ass over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck are they kicking ass and I'm fucking scrounging?
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be rich like this guy. They're beneath me. They're not supposed to be better than me. So they just burn the fucking place down, kill people too, man. Like, It's like, how do you get that mentality that what someone else does belongs to you? Someone else's achievement. Those people work for that money, man. They weren't even fucking with you, man. They were just doing their own thing. And you got mad. You even if it was true, it's like a black dude did something to a white woman in an elevator, and it's always black man, white woman that causes.
No,
it's like, it's always a woman. It's like they some of these like the woman's virtue is more important than the woman.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because the women get beat, they don't give a fuck about the woman. It's the woman's virtue that's more important than the woman. And that is the representation of the fertility of the white race. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So they always use a woman's virtue, like the bathroom. Do you want your little girl peeing in using the bathroom with a man? What do we call him? A trans person, trans man? Do you want if all goes right, they're either pissing or shitting.
No.
That's all a bathroom is for, is pissing and shitting.
Right.
If my daughter is in the bathroom, that's got nothing to do with me, what she's doing.
Right.
And so it doesn't matter who she's with. So you want your daughter going to a Jack in the Box with a trans person? It's always your daughter.
Right.
It's always your daughter, but they don't give a shit about women.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's always the virtue of the woman. And it makes no sense to me. And they always use it for outrage. That's the thing that always, especially in the 20th century, man, it always fucking worked.
No.
It always worked, man. And to be honest with you, man.
The Me Too movement.
What about the Me Too movement?
Just like you're talking about.
Yeah.
When it was like about, like Hollywood execs and all these motherfuckers doing shit with women, it was outrage. Yeah. When we found out about some dude grabbing Terry Crews' dick, we were like, get over it, big fella.
Yeah.
Nobody had a bleeding heart from Terry Crews getting fondled.
That's true. That's true too.
We made fun of his ass for it, but nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, but I mean the Me Too move. I'm sympathetic with the causes and all this. I'm sympathetic with the Adam Lanza. Not that guy. I mean the Sandy Hook kid. I'm sympathetic. Like they should be getting shot, man. He was the guy. I'm not sympathetic with him at all. But it's not like I don't care. You know, I do care, but man, stop using um this shit don't exist, man.
No,
Let it go, man. Let it fucking go, man. I mean,
quit believing in
it don't work. It doesn't work, man. You know, just because it doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. You know. But yeah, man, we blabbing on. Oh man, we got a couple of viewers, man. Man, we've been an hour and 20 minutes. We usually don't do that, man.
I know it. We've been
We
rolling.
don't usually do that, man. And I know people have takes, but this is the thing. I'm not saying that I don't care about what you think, but it's none of my business. So that's why we don't really do comments or any of that. It's just because I mean, y'all can comment, we don't look at them. Sorry, man. It's just two dudes talking, man.
No,
that's all it is, man. We just having a conversation, keeping it right here, man.
No,
none of us have the answers.
You got to treat our conversation like you're being nosy with the neighbors.
Nosy with the neighbors, man. I mean,
we're listening in.
We're talking about anything, man. Like, can you believe these motherfuckers were talking about toys?
Yeah. Yeah, just Sunday we were talking about toys.
We're talking about toys. But yeah, man, white supremacy is not real. We need to tell the poor white man, please, poor white people, man, just chill. Come with us, baby. We got you. And I think the fear is that the poor white people think that we're gonna do to them what was done to us. We ain't got time for that, man. We don't do that. No. And I'm gonna give you a secret. I'm gonna give you a secret. In our secret meetings, we don't talk about this. We don't talk
and
about
honestly,
this. We don't talk about this.
Let's just say if white supremacy was real, and you happen to be a poor so-called white, you don't got to worry about people trying to enslave you because you have obviously are the laziest motherfucker on earth.
No, I would no. You know what?
How are you supreme and poor?
No. No. You know what? You are. Then that goes to show you that you are poor for a reason.
Yeah.
The elites want you to be poor. The elites have to have poor people. Yeah. You can't be elite if there's no poor people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody can't be elite. So what you're doing is taking one for the team. And what you should do is quit the fucking team.
You're a pawn.
You quit the fucking. What you need to do is quit the fucking team.
What you ought to do is realize that you're dumb.
No. They're not dumb. They're just not enlightened. They're not dumb. They just have the same misfortune as as the black people that they're supposed to hate.
If you're trying to figure out how far you can stretch a pack of fried bologna and you think that you're better than people off the way they look, fuck what Tim Northern says. You're dumb.
No, man. No, I'm not. Look. I don't want to. See, you mock. I'm a mocker too. I mock motherfuckers. But I ain't trying to get you on my side.
Yeah.
But I ain't trying to. Okay, you dumb.
You know what I mean? I mean, come on.
Yeah, you dumb. You're not thinking things through, or you just unfortunate. But now what you said is if you think that, if you are doing those things and you happen to be white and you know that you're not better than anybody else, then you see, and there should be more of them out there, but there are too many, like what you said, dumbs that don't that aren't thinking things through, man. The elite want you. You gotta be poor. Now we already got the poor black people over here, but we need you to be poor too. But we're gonna give you this mentality that you're better than them, so you can still perpetuate, like enact my way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? But they don't give a fuck. You're just as low as them.
You're poor.
You're poor. You're poor.
Maybe figure that out.
And we need as many poor people as we can get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, the 1%, they don't, man, they want us to do this. They want us doing this.
Well, that's the thing.
We have to do this in order for them
a lot of
to
these
maintain.
so-called race war or indifferences between us at our level.
Yeah.
They cloak it in racial divide, but a lot of it is classism.
Oh, it's
the haves versus the have-nots.
It's definitely classism.
Because here's the funny thing: growing up in a family and a label of being a so-called white fellow, I grew up in a what you would call poor so-called white family.
Yeah.
And what I can tell you is this: the so-called rich treat the poor in the so-called white community the same way they treat any poor people they've ever seen. And the poor people in that white community look at the rich people the same way any poor people look at any rich people. Because why? It's the haves and the have-nots. Period.
So
that's what a lot of it is. Now, is there some racial shit and like people are just hell-bent? Absolutely. Yes. But a lot of the things that we call race is just the haves and the have-nots.
I know, man.
Because I know so-called well-off, wealthy, rich, however you want to chop it up, black folks who don't fuck with poor so-called black folks.
Oh, I know those too. I know those people too.
That is classism.
I know those people too. I know those people too. And that's rooted in supremacy, man. That's what I'm saying. Those are the people that hold the same ideas in the head. They are commiserate with the white supremacist system, because they're still playing that game that I'm better than you game, just because, not because I'm black or white, but it's because I have more than you have. I'm richer than you. So that makes me better than you. And the only reason you're richer than me is because I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it. So just because you have more money or more things or more prestige, whatever the fuck that is, doesn't mean that you're richer than me. I can be rich, and to me, that's what I value.
No,
it's not what you value. But you have more money than me, but that doesn't mean you're richer than me. And I mean, that sounds, like hippy dippy shit, but it's true, man. Fuck that. I value what I value.
What the thing is about wealth is that could be here today, gone tomorrow. And here's the thing: anybody with wealth can lose it, and anybody without it can gain it.
Yep.
So you're no different.
It's just a little harder to gain it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a little harder to gain. It's easy to lose it.
But at the same time, anybody can be wealthy. Not everybody can be a world-renowned boxer.
No.
Not everybody can be a talented musician.
No.
Not everybody can be a funny comedian.
Nope.
But everybody can be rich.
Yep.
There's so many goddamn ways to make money out here. It's ridiculous.
And that's the default. It's like we're not we don't pursue our passions in as much as we pursue greed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need to pursue inner peace more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so to me, I think that, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect, but I do try to maintain a certain amount of inner peace. I try to stay within myself. It's not even humility. It's just it's surrendering to life and accepting shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that comes with, well, maybe not everybody, but for me, that has started to come with just age. And I think it's because I'm the more knowledge I gain, the more experiences I have, the more just life I live, the more, I guess, understanding and patient I become with everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I was like 20 and in my 20s, fuck, bro, like I ain't have time for nothing. You know what I mean? I ain't have patience for shit.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say I was there were things that I wasn't patient about. I didn't have Yeah.
But we
I'm
got to
gonna
put a
say-
bow on this. I got to get fitted for a tux.
I know, man. We do. All right, bro.
Yeah.
What's our next conversation, man?
Next conversation. How do we follow white supremacy?
Yeah, we do something light. We'll do
You
something
know?
light.
Light. Let's talk. We've done music. You want to do like cinema?
Let's do. Have we done movies?
We haven't done movies. Let's just do movies. Cinema.
Let's do movies. Let's do movies, man. We haven't done movies.
No, we've done music,
Okay.
and we still got to get back on our album shit.
Yeah. I've been listening to Californication.
Yeah.
I've been listening to that.
As soon as you get through it, that's our first one on the docket.
That's what I listen. That's what I listen to. I listen to that a lot.
But let's do movies, man.
Let's do movies, man. Let's do movies. Let's do movies, man. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, man, great conversation, man.
Another one had.
Yeah, another one had.
We'll be back. You got anything to plug? Any plug Rooskies?
I'm doing a show, Fall City Brewery, June 1st.
Yep.
June 1st.
I'm on that joint with my guy here.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, you're on it too.
Yep.
I just remember the text. I haven't. It's like, yeah, June 1st. I can do June 1st.
You got that.
Who else is on that? Who else is on that?
Devin M. Jesse
M.
Johnson.
Jesse Johnson.
And I believe one other person, but I might be wrong. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I know Devin M and Jesse Johnson are on it.
All
And
right.
us. That might be
us.
the whole shebang right there, actually.
That's it. Yeah, so we're doing that. And next week we talk about Sunday, we talk about music.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about music on Sunday.
Now we always forget the topic, and then we're like, what was the topic this week? This is before we're about to start. But I'm gonna try to remember this one. I remember I remember this one, but I'm gonna remember music. I'm gonna try to do some thinking, man. No, I'm just gonna think. We're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a conversation about music.
We're just gonna fucking talk it.
Movies, I mean, about movies, yeah.
However, whatever comes out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Outside that, tomorrow night, 8:00, Lexington, Kentucky, Java Jukebox. I'm doing a little show down there. I believe Jeff Toy is headlining that little joint.
Toy.
I believe he's the headliner.
Toy.
So yeah, that'll be my next little thing I'm doing. Other than that, Five Finger Fiasco. We should be back at our regular time Friday. I believe we're gonna do an in-studio /stream show. So stay tuned for that.
All right.
Other than that, we're out of this bitch.
Yeah, man.
Ace Ill Production.